Hello there my Fallout lovers and welcome to Bubbles Gaming. Firstly, I want to apologise for the lack of videos lately. Ever since Fallout 4 has come out, I've just been playing that non-stop. I think I've done probably about 50 or 60 hours or so worth of gameplay at the moment, and I've just been absolutely enthralled by this game. So apologies for the lack of videos, but they will be picking up again, I promise. But considering I have finished the main storyline, and I'm just now doing the side quests and all that sort of stuff, I thought I'd do a pros and cons video of this game. I know there are a lot of bugs and a lot of people are complaining and also praising this game for what it's brought to the table so far, and I've also asked other people their opinion of this game. So stick around, we're going to do a pros and cons, and at the end we'll tally it all up, see what you guys reckon. If you guys want to get the game, or if you've already got the game and want to give it back, feel free. But here we go, here is the pros and cons of Fallout 4.
Let's go, boy.
Alrighty, the first pro we have is the graphics compared to other Fallout games is absolutely amazing. I don't know why other people have been complaining about it ever since they released the video from Bethesda before the game was actually released. I think it was a couple of months beforehand. People were complaining about the graphics of it, saying it wasn't too realistic compared to other games at the time. But if you compare Fallout 4 to 3 and New Vegas, you put them side by side without any mods, and you look at the graphics wise, it is absolutely amazing what Bethesda have done. They're not a very large team like Activision or anything like that. Bethesda is a very small team, and they have worked countless hours into this game, and they've done an absolutely amazing job. So I don't know what other people are complaining about graphics wise, but it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm absolutely loving this game. The way it looks, the way it feels, everything. So it's definitely a pro there. Alrighty, another one here is the variety of companions you can get is a very nice touch. There might not be a lot, but they do come from a lot of different walks of life. I'm going to try not to give away spoilers here or anything. I don't really like doing that. But you can get a lot of different varieties. You can get Dogmeat, which everyone loves having Dogmeat follow them. You can have Codsworth follow you. You can have different female humans, different male humans. You can get super mutants. You can get ghouls to follow you. There are a lot of different ones. They all have different personalities. And it is a really nice touch to see the variety of companions you can get. The first con about this game is also about the companions' AI. It is definitely not the best. They get in your road, they don't move when you want them to. It is such a pain in the ass. I don't know how many times I've been killed because a companion wouldn't get the fuck out of the road, out of the doorway or something when I wanted to get to cover. Or when I'm trying to sneak into somewhere to to try and find a particular item, or I'm just trying to kill one person, they've blown my cover. All of a sudden they'll come running out, guns blazing, and try to shoot everyone that are there. Another pro about the companions though, they do make you feel as though they are a real person. Their dialogue is very interactive. They do just randomly speak to you. I don't know if many of you guys have noticed, if you have a human, I won't reference Dogmeat because he doesn't really do it very often, but if you're talking to an NPC of some sort, let's say you go to Diamond City and you're talking to someone there, if you've got your companion with you, they may randomly put in their 2 bobs worth, and it's a really nice touch. It just goes to show that when they were making the companions dialogue, and they were making the AI for it, even though it was horrible, they were considering when you're playing the game to still make you remember you do have a companion there. They are a real person, and you always just try to think of it. It's only a small touch, but it is a nice touch. It does still make you think of your companion as a real person and not just a bulletproof vest that you can have just in front of you to take some hits for you. But the way they interact when you're speaking to an NPC is really, really nice, and I do love the way that they stick their 2 bobs worth in when halfway during a conversation. It's really nice touch. It's kind of very human-like of them. Another pro is the settlement building is an awesome addition. I don't know how much stuff I've created and had to redestroy, and just so I can get it very right. You can almost create anything you want. If you go onto YouTube after you watch this and have a look at some of the buildings people have made, I know on the PS4 and Xbox, you do have a bit of a limit on how much you can have in your settlement, but I know on PC there has been a mod created where you can eliminate the limit of how much stuff you can have in your particular settlement, which I do hope they'd bring that to the PS4 and Xbox, because there's a hell of a lot more stuff that I want to build in Sanctuary Hills. But the settlement creation kit, or whatever you want to call it, is absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it, and it's a really, really nice touch. You can call a place your own home. A con against the settlement area though, trying to find what a particular settler's job is almost impossible unless they are standing beside it. This has been such a pain in the ass for me when I've had 18 settlers or 19 settlers or so in a particular area. Like, let's say Sanctuary Hills. I've got, at the moment, I've got about 18 or 19 settlers, and all of a sudden I've had a big rush of them come in. And when I go up to them and I want to give them a particular job, there is not like a label or a list or anything saying that they've been assigned to a particular job. You just got to hope they're standing near it when you go up to them. Because when you go up to someone like a settler and you look at them, they get highlighted in a particular colour. And if they've been assigned to a job, that job, like it might be doing the food or picking the veggies or gardening or something like that, those plants will be highlighted that same colour, so you know, alright, this person has been assigned to gardening. A pro about this game is the storyline is so amazing and so in-depth. As I said, I've finished the main story. I won't give away any spoilers. It does go so in-depth, and you can do a lot of things with this story. And another pro I'm going to throw in here with it as well is with the storyline, you can twist it around however you want. It is phenomenal the way they've done it. And as I said, I won't give away any spoilers, but I'll recall something that I've accidentally done and I had to reload. I accidentally shot someone who was in the storyline, and it's not like where it's a companion and you shoot them, they just fall to the ground and they sit there and they recover. The person I had shot actually died, and it said that I couldn't do any particular missions, but new missions had started up, and it kind of shocked me a little bit, thinking like, alright, the person I had shot was a very important person in the game, and I didn't mean to do it. My finger actually slipped on the button there, and I'd shot the person, killed them, but it didn't like break the game, or it didn't like break the character or break the storyline at all. It kind of like twisted it around a bit more to make it more different, and it's the way they do it. They've done it in Fallout 3 and New Vegas as well, and Bethesda do a really good job of it. It's just the way they do it. It's just a phenomenal way of doing it. You can make a mistake. I reloaded it because I thought I'd fucked up, but I'd reloaded the game and I didn't kill the person, and I just kept going with it. But yeah, it's the way they do that, and the way you can twist the story around to suit yourself, and the way they have to make you second guess what you do or really think about it is just phenomenal, and I love it. It's fantastic. A con about the game is there is no gambling system compared to New Vegas. I loved gambling my caps away when I had a lot of them. I can't find a gambling system at the moment. If there is, please write it down below in the comments. I do want to find out where a gambling of some sort is, if there is one in Fallout 4, but at the moment I can't find any gambling system, and that's just something I really like. This one now is a bit more of a nitpick. I'm more of a fence sitter on this, but the enemy and friend identification on the bar down the bottom, where it comes up as a red dot for your enemies, it only comes up when you're in caution mode or you're in danger mode. Back in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, where you're walking past a particular area and you can see people in the distance there, you're not sure if they're friendly or you're not sure if they're enemies. But in New Vegas in 3, it'd come up as a red dot, so you knew they were enemies. Or you could zoom in with your sniper rifle and you could find out whether or not they're enemies. In Fallout 4, it doesn't do that. I don't know if it's a pro or a con, so I'm a bit of a fence sitter on this. It does make you want to think a bit more whether or not you want to go up to that particular person and find out if they're an enemy or not. So I'm a bit of a fence sitter on that. Tell me what you guys think of that particular thing. The only way you can find out if they're friend or enemy is if either you go up to them and it goes into caution mode or danger mode. And that's the only way I've been able to find out whether or not they're an enemy or a friend. Another con here is trying to have items sit in a particular spot but will sometimes link to another item. This is more in the settlers area where you're trying to make your settlement. When you're building something and you want a wall to sit somewhere, if you get too close to another wall, it'll link up to it straight away. It doesn't give you much room to work around. You either got to have a really big gap or it'll link up, and sometimes when it links up, it does it in the way where you don't want it to. Another con on Xbox One, and a lot of people are having a problem with this, including myself, the frame rate drops a hell of a lot and almost comes to a complete freeze. I don't know how many times when the action has picked up and the frame rate has dropped from 60 frames per second almost down to 10. It almost freezes at some point, and it becomes unbearable to play. I don't know how many times I've just turned off the Xbox, come back to it a bit later. Another con, and here's the third one in a row, for Xbox One, I've had this problem. When loading into some areas, the graphics become extremely pixelated, almost back to like a PlayStation 1 sort of graphics. It does fix up after a few seconds, but it just goes to show it's not very smooth. I went from Sanctuary Hills and I done fast travel to Diamond City, and normally you can see the smoke, I think it is, come out of particular areas, and all of a sudden it was extremely pixelated. All I could see was large squares everywhere for the smoke, and it did eventually clear up, but it is still just a bit of a pain in the ass knowing that it does do that. But I don't know if that's just for the Xbox. I don't know if PS4 or the PC have had a problem with that, but I know it has happened on the Xbox. Finally, another pro, these special achievements that you get do have a hell of a lot more variety. If you've gotten, I don't know if it comes in every Fallout game when you buy it from your particular vendor, but when you open it up, I know with the special edition one I got, it comes with the big poster of all the perks, and I can't remember exactly how many perks they said there are, but you can level up a lot of the different perks. They do come in really handy, and the variety of them is just outstanding. I'm loving it. Another pro, the world feels immense. I don't know if the map is bigger than Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I'm not sure on that, but it makes it feel a lot bigger. There is a lot more stuff out there to look at, a lot more stuff to feel, a lot more stuff just in general, and it makes the world feel absolutely immense. Another pro, third one in a row, is that the little Easter eggs you can find, like the teddy bears and all that stuff, is a really nice touch. I love seeing that. I was going through a raider's house and I was killing all the raiders, and all of a sudden I burst open the door and looked into the bathroom and I see a teddy bear sitting on the toilet reading a newspaper. And I just had a bit of a giggle about that. I forgot to take a screenshot of it, but little touches like that is nice to see. It brings the humour into it. Or I think there was one there where someone showed me that there was a skeleton laying down in a bed and they were actually cuddling up with a teddy bear. And it just gets the feels running. Makes you feel a little sad for that particular person, that their last moments they were laying down cuddling up with a teddy bear. It does get the feels going. It is nice to see, and I'm glad they've put those tiny little Easter eggs in there. A con is the dialogue options for your own character when talking to a NPC or even your companions in general. The description of what your character is going to say, you either get a yes, no, sarcastic, or a tiny little description of what they're going to say. You don't know if something they're going to say is going to be a positive thing or a negative thing. It's really hard to guess. I know that on PC there is a mod that is out there now where it does give you the lines of what they're going to say, like what it has in 3 and New Vegas, and that is a really good thing to see. I know when you look at it in if you look at Fallout 4 now, it kind of reminds me of Mass Effect, where you can either choose to press the 4 buttons and it gives you a little brief description of what that person is going to say or what they're going to talk about. But if I can go back to Fallout 3 and New Vegas, where it gives you the line of exactly what they're going to say, or really close to what they're going to say, that would be more of a bonus, and a lot more people would enjoy that as well. Unfortunately, another con is with the conversation as well. When you're talking to someone and you've got a lot of perks in like your medical training or stuff like that, they don't come in handy. Back in New Vegas and 3, if you're talking to someone and they may have a bullet wound or a broken leg or a broken arm, or their friend may be sick of radiation or something, if your medical training is up high enough, you can suggest to them for you to fix them, and you might get some XP out of it. Our last pro for this video is using the VATS is no longer like using a pause button. In Fallout 3 and New Vegas, when playing it myself, if I was going through a particular area and it's absolutely scared the shit out of me, I would hit that VATS button and it would pause it, and I'd be able to just rest there for a minute and pick out exactly what I was going to do. But now, using the VATS system, it doesn't stop time, it basically slows it down. So if you're getting attacked by a mole rat or a feral ghoul or a raider even, it slows it down. So you've still got to pick out exactly what you got to do. You've got to either still quickly pick out if you're going to shoot them or punch them or whatever. And the last one is a bit of a fence sitter for me. I don't know if it's a pro or a con, you guys can decide on this. But the animals in the game now have been completely revamped, which is a good thing. But the mole rats come out of the ground now, which does make a lot more sense. But the death claws are absolutely fucking massive. And they are a lot harder to kill, and I do understand why. I don't know if it's a pro or a con, I'm a bit of a fence sitter on that. But they don't... Sorry. They have put a lot more effort into the animals, understanding that the mole rat is basically a mix between a mole and a rat, and it does come out from underground. And I don't know how many times when the mole rats have come out have scared the absolute shit out of me, because I wasn't expecting it at all. And that is a good thing and it is a bad thing, especially when you do have to avoid Deathclaw areas, even in your power armor suit. If you've got 3 or 4 Deathclaws in a particular area, you don't want to go out there by yourself, especially if you haven't got much ammo or very powerful guns. You may be in your suit of armor, but that ain't going to last too long, I swear that. So for me, that's a bit of a fence sitter. So guys, if I've missed anything at all, make sure you leave it down in the comments below. I will read them all, and I'm sorry if I have missed anything. But hopefully, if I have been in contact with you guys and you have told me what problems you guys have faced, and hopefully I have mentioned them all in here. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I do promise that all the videos will pick up again now that I have finished the main story. So hopefully you guys do enjoy Fallout 4 as much as I have. So let's add all these up. We have 10 pros, we have 8 cons, and 2 fence sitters. So in my eyes, this game is still absolutely fantastic to play, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you are deciding whether or not you want to get this game, do it. You will love it. It does take a bit of time to get into it and finish the story and build your relationship up with your companions, but it is worth it. I love this game. If you are a Fallout fan, I hope to God you are enjoying this, because I am enjoying it as well, and I really hope they do something with an online feature with this game. So as I've said guys, videos will be picking up again because I have finished the main story of Fallout 4 now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope I've mentioned all the pros and cons that you guys have given me, and I hope you guys do stick around to get any more DLC that will be coming out, because I've purchased a season pass for this game. I don't care what the DLC is, I'll be getting it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all next time.